It says I'm live. Hello. Waiting. Waiting for people. Camera's on that side. Alright. Oh. Wish I could raise this more. Tate, hello. Hello, people. Yes. Alright, people. Hello. Good. 6 people. First. He said first. Hi from the Netherlands. That is a long name. Germany. Yes. Excellent. Welcome. It is sort of chilly now, hence the jacket and the sweater. Getting kind of cold here. How are you guys doing? New Zealand? It's not cold there. Favorite YouTuber. Wish I could believe that. There's a lot of great ones out there. About to watch some awesomeness. I haven't super planned what I'm going to do today, just that I wanted to do something because it's a holiday weekend. Hello from England. Hello. Michigan. That's very close to me. Amarillo, Texas. Canada. All right, we're from all over. All over. I kind of wish I was in New Zealand. They're probably getting warmer. A ginger version of you. That's good. Hello, Wooden Metal Workshop. Hello, happy Thanksgiving to you. Canuck. I am not a Canuck. I'm in Wisconsin. Have to leave now? Okay, Tate. Well, thanks for stopping by at least. New Zealand is good, yes. Ever been to Amsterdam? No, have not been to Europe. Never been to Europe. I'd like to. I've been to just North America, the Caribbean, and a bit of Asia. PA, 55 degrees. It's actually not that cold here today, considering it's end of November and it's Wisconsin. Hello, Powers, Josh, Oklahoma. Hello. So, Ontario. Nice. So, I don't know how many of you saw the video, but this is the new project. Get out of the way. Yeah, a bunch of it's apart. What do I think about Celsius? Evil. Evil. Why would I want a temperature system that makes sense? We don't do that in Wisconsin. Wisconsin, Canada, what's the difference? Yeah, good point. I think we have more cheese here. That's probably it. What up, Santa Claus? Do you say it has a 302 in it? Yes. Yes, it does. A fuel-injected, it's a speed density engine, but it is fuel-injected 302. 2 degrees. Nice. It is a great project. I'm glad you think so. Gonna risk fate by unplugging the power here and try to show you. I took this off. See the lack of rust? Can't believe it. This is a Wisconsin engine. Wisconsin truck. There's the engine. You can't really see much. But yes, it's a 302. One of Ford's best from back in the day. I agree. They replaced this with the modular, the 4.6 and the 5.4, and I don't really think those were nearly as good. DMC, yes. DMC was the company that was, there we go. DMC is the company that did the conversion originally. My dad took it to them, gave them a pile of money and a whole bunch of instructions, and they did all this. You like watching anyway? That's good. I don't know a ton about engines either. I've never rebuilt a car engine. I've rebuilt some lawnmower engines, some other like RC nitro engines, never a multi-cylinder car engine. Hello from Texas. Hello, Metal Frog. 3 of the most reliable. Yeah, I think probably. I mean, this thing's over 30 years old, and we used to floor it all the time, and it's never blown up. Go back to the future. That would be nice. Get a time machine. I would totally, if I had a time machine, I would just catch up on sleep. That's all I would do. You like, because I'm not a super expert. That's good. I am not a super expert. I'm glad you like that. Yeah. We've done some work on the engine, just general maintenance. And I got to tell you, doing spark plugs in the dorm room parking lot, not fun. You basically can't do anything from the front. You got to take the doghouse off inside and just go in through the driver's seat to get to the top of the engine. North Dakota, hello. Yeah, there's salt all the time here. I can't believe it. I mean, there's definitely rust. It's definitely rusty, but it's like, can you see any holes? Usually here when a car gets 15 years old or so, this whole part down here isn't there anymore. It's gone. There's holes everywhere. But I don't have that. There is rust though. Definitely there is rust. So what do you want to see? Like I said, I didn't have anything planned for this. I wanted to build, I was going to do like building a forge, but I don't have welding wire and I want to do the steel frame. Some advice, take the seats out. Yeah, these seats come out really easy. They're aftermarket flex steel power seats. It's from '87, it has power seats. Can you believe that? Metal Frog said, can you start it? The battery might be dead. I can give it a shot. Let me hold on 1 second. Where am I going? The keys are in it. Okay, the battery might be dead, and when I brought it in here, I did let it idle until it ran out of gas. So I didn't want to have to drain the tank later, but there's another tank that has gas in it. It's got 2 gas tanks. So, hang on just a second. Rust more for the challenge. I don't know if I want that kind of challenge. Plus, it's been outside for 15 years. This is probably the first time it's been under a roof in 15 years. Pretty crazy. I'm going to try to start it. No promises, though, because I'm pretty sure the battery's dead. But we'll see. Yep, battery's dead. Probably saw the wipers moving though. It's alive. It moves. It didn't have enough juice to crank over. I think the battery's actually bad. Like it's not good anymore. I need to get a new one because I run it dead like twice a year. Yeah, Flintstones cars. The floor is just rot out. The floor is fine. I'm pretty happy about that. Fender is not so great. Not so great. What else? Batteries, no. Batteries don't like going flat. It would go dead, and then I would jump start it, drive it for like that day, and then I would let it sit for 8 months and then try driving it again. And it didn't work. It went dead every time. But with this, if it has enough juice to crank the motor over, it starts every time. So that's not bad. What else? What else do people want to see? Let's see. I need to catch up on the comments. Double A batteries, marine grade deep cycle batteries. Yeah, I had one of those for a long time in college, but eventually I think battery only lasted about 10 years. What did you take the front off for? I'm gonna fix up the front, get rid of some of the rust, work on the engine, clean it up. Table and bench seats. Yeah, this one does too. I don't know if I can get this in super well. I'm duct taped to a tripod right now, so yeah, no, that's not coming out. Dang, engineering. But I'll see if I can stick this in. Let's see, you can't really see in there. There's a bench, kind of a bed in the back. So much glare. I know, back window. Set up a Patreon page. Some people have asked me about that. Sort of, I don't know. I feel like I can buy my own junk, you know? Driver's side sliding door, that would be pretty cool. See, there you can see in. Can't see what you can see, but there are tables. The tables are removable, and I removed the big one in the middle. I also put the grill in there, and the back end folds down. Nice phone, thanks. It hasn't stopped working yet, so that's good. Yeah, DMC. It's all paint too. None of this is decal. It's all paint. What are your overall plans? Fix it. So I'm gonna strip it down to nothing, and then redo the whole body, engine, everything, mostly as practice. But then it'll be a tow vehicle for me to tow a car trailer. Casting and mold making of cores and stuff. I can do videos on that. Currently taking a small break from casting because I'm out of propane. Sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, it's going to be. I plan on it taking a few years at least. I would hope it would go quicker. I mean, I don't have a lot of rust to worry about, or any set goals, or any customer waiting, so I can take my time. Turn it into a camper. That would be cool. It's got a cooler and a bench and everything, so it's halfway there. I only camped in it once. Only had to camp in it once. Do more 3D printing videos. You know, I printed up an entire RC B-51 Mustang. I'm sure I can make a video out of that. Welding supply shops. Yeah, I got to go to one of those because I'm also out of welding wire. Flamethrowers out the back. It does shoot, it did shoot fire out the exhaust. It was a side exit exhaust, but then the exhaust rusted off, so now it shoots the fire underneath. Breaking Bad RV, hopefully with less meth. Yeah, meth isn't really a Wisconsin thing. We're more into the beer, I think. Yeah, I do need to get my propane refilled. I got 2 tanks, they're both empty. Every van is a party van. What do you mean? Beer and cheese, yes. Beer cheese soup, by the way, very good soup. I'm not really into beer, but beer cheese soup is very good. Not good for you. I think it's murder on your heart, but it is tasty. And speaking of casting, I got my furnace there, my empty propane tanks. The furnace worked really well. It started glowing in like 5 minutes, so this is way gonna be better. Then I got my old furnace there. That's gonna go away. That's going to someone I know around here who wants to get into casting, along with all my charcoal that I'm not going to use anymore. Yep, Black Falls. Is that Black River Falls? I have relatives, I think, in the Black River Falls area. I generally pass through it also on my way to something else. Brew beer in the truck. Mobile moonshine rig might get me in trouble. It might. I don't know. I don't know the laws for that in Wisconsin. Soft 94. Yeah. Akrapovic exhaust. I don't know what that is. We had a Gibson exhaust, 3-inch Gibson exhaust, shortened to exit out in front of the rear tire on the right side because the hitch takes up all the space in the back. I can show you the hitch. That was good for like 15 years, and I got kind of rusty, and then I hit a raccoon. I was going down the interstate quite quickly, 70, 75, hit a raccoon. I guess you can't see the hitch. But over here is a hitch, and it sways, so the whole underside is one big, beefy steel thing, so you can't fit an exhaust, so it exited out the side. Love their live stream. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Train horn, that would be cool. Love the furnace. Thanks. I do too. I think it turned out really cool. Not knowing most of the stuff about the car. When I was 14, I didn't know a lot of the stuff either. But read. Just read a lot. I don't mean like forums. I mean get books. You can get books. Motor Books Workshop is a good one. Is it a V8? Yes, it is a V8. It is an old Windsor small block Ford V8. Train horns would be cool. Sleepy one. Hello. Off-road truck. That's an interesting point. I have taken this off-road. It is not an off-road truck. It is totally stock ride height and everything, but I've driven it on a rocky beach. I did not get stuck. I drove it. Yeah, she's not happy in there. Someone is not happy. I drove it through the woods on like a single track thing. It's more like, okay, we need to go through this, so let's do it. Put a turbo on it. That would be cool. You know, there was a roadkill car. It was a Datsun called the Rotson that had a 302, which is what's in this. Same bottom end anyway. And they stuck a Power Stroke turbo on it at 500 horsepower. That's a little bit rigged up more than I want to do, but that would be 500 would be cool. Want some free candy? I have the space to paint that. You know, on the Discord, we were trying to figure out how to fit free candy on a Wisconsin vanity plate, but the plate's only seven digits, and we couldn't shorten it and then still make sure that everyone would know it definitely said free candy on it. Ignoring the fact that it probably wouldn't get past the DMV. They tend to check for that kind of weird stuff. But we tried. I think Alex Nessie had the best one. It's like FR3 space CNDY. But I don't like vanity plates anyway. Cost money. House tour. Nah, there are kids screaming in there. How long have you had this? My parents bought it about a year or two before I was born. And then I had it for a while. $0 candy. Oh, that's good. That's a good one. I started driving it as soon as I got a driver's license, but then I had another car for a while. And then that car turned out to suck. It broke down every time I hit the interstate. And then, yeah, then when I got to college, it was just too unreliable. I mean, I had to push start it all the time, and that was just not cool. And one of the windows fell out. So then we pitched that, and I got this out of storage again because no one was using it. And then I've driven it ever since. I mean, I have other cars too. Like, I got that one. And my wife's got that one, and then a work van, and then I got the little red car. But pitch the 302, get a 351. I thought about that. What I thought was supercharge the crap out of the 302 until it blows up, and then get a Dart 351 block. But I don't know if I want to put all that effort into a old van. Make a mini forge. Yes, I was actually going to do that this weekend. If I had welding wire, I would totally do that because I only want to do that in one video. I don't want like a multi-part thing. So I was just going to do that quick, but I don't have welding wire. Uncle Rico on the side. Yeah, Uncle Rico, his van was pretty crazy. Literally just having to ask about the white van. Oh, it's work. My work truck. That's not like mine. That's work. Where did you get your Petrobond? I got it on Amazon. Amazon from PMC Supplies. There it is in the box. PMC Supplies also has a website, but if you check their website price and then Amazon Prime price, sometimes you can get the same stuff from the same place cheaper on Amazon. When do you think I might print the logo you made? Eventually. Kind of busy. I was actually working all week except for Thanksgiving up until about an hour before I started going live. So I've been pretty busy. Always laugh. That's good. Laughing is good. Keep up the good work. Thanks. I shall. Some stuff about the molding sand. I think I said it's oil bonded sand. It does burn and you have to re-mull it or something. I don't have a muller, but I haven't burned enough of it really to matter. Running out of data. You're running out of data. Got to go. Okay. I shall see you later then. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so I wanted to. Yeah, I'm kind of cold. I'm still a little bit sick. I never got over it. But if you look outside, it's like nice and sunny and stuff. It's still kind of chilly. Kinetic sand, I'm not sure kinetic sand works really well. But here's what I'm going to do with for the small forge. Back there are some bricks. I have 5 full bricks and a bunch of chunks of bricks. I'm going to do like 2 and then cut one in half and do 2, cut another one in half, 2. That'll be 4 of the bricks. And then I'll have like a plug for one side, and I'm going to weld like a frame around and underneath, kind of over the top to stop it from falling. I might screw that on so I can remove it. That's weird. Oh, the white one? Yeah, just general white Ford vans are used for everything. We use them for repair. We know a plumber who's got one. All the nursing homes seem to have the Ford ones. Really don't know why. The town here is a Chevy town, but we had a Chevy van for a while. Thing would not stop breaking down. But we do floor it a lot. Will you try to make your own sand with cat litter? Yes, working on it. Eventually. But yeah, that is the plan. That's what the cat litter is for. I do have a cat too, but he doesn't use that kind of cat litter. But yeah, that's also in the plan. I also do not have a forge or an anvil. Chevy does that, 76 all the time, breaks down all the time. That's a bummer. Yeah, that work van just nickeled and dimed us all the time until we were sick of it. So we sold it to another repair guy. He was happy. He was really happy. And then we bought another Ford, and then it was fine. Can we see your cat? No. Cat's inside. I'm not bringing him out here. 2 hours sifting kitty litter. Are you going to be making the gingery machines? Yes. Here's the thing I was working on last stream. I finished it. It's ready for casting. This is the lathe bed. I had an issue. I couldn't. So this lathe bed, I'm making it thicker metal, and also a few extra dimensional changes to try to stiffen it up. And I needed a much bigger crucible. than I had, and I couldn't fit a bigger crucible in the old furnace. So the new furnace is much bigger. Now I need to get a bigger crucible, and then I'll be ready to do this. So that was partly why the new furnace is bigger, was because I need to make bigger castings for the gingery projects. I'm gonna toss that. There's a guy in Milwaukee with a bunch of anvils. That would be cool. Make a striking anvil. I was just gonna try to buy one. Take the motor out of the white van. The white van is the 3.5 EcoBoost. That would be kind of a nightmare to fit in. Well, it would probably fit. I mean, these old ones you could get with a Power Stroke 7.3, so there's a lot of space in there. Anvils are expensive as frig. Yes, that is correct. That is definitely... What size crucible are you going to get? I don't know. Biggest one I can find. Give you a shout out. Weiss Afzal? Don't know how to pronounce that, but there you go. I said your name. What size? Sizes are weird. Yeah, so you see the sizes will give you a number, like a number 4. That's a size crucible, but I believe the number 4 means if it's full of liquid brass, it will weigh 4 pounds. 4 pounds of liquid brass. I believe that's what it means. Could be wrong. Do you have access to a 4-inch diameter pipe? No, I do not. I have a plumber friend. Probably ask him. That would be good. A big steel crucible would probably work because I'm going to use a zinc alloy, and that's not as problematic with steel crucibles. 4 kilogram. Yes, I think that's it. Thank you. Not 4 pounds. 4 kilograms. Forgot. The world doesn't use pounds because pounds don't make sense. Kilograms make a lot more sense. Speedy metals. What size anvil are you looking for? I don't know. Whatever I can get really cheap. That's my plan. Speedy metals. I might have to look into that for pipe. All right. Speedy metals. I'm gonna write that down. Hold, please. I'm back. RC Pi, hello. Almost tripped over my welding power cord. Don't do an engine swap. Went from a 250 to a 350. Well, 350 would be nice. I don't plan on doing an engine swap. Anvils are measured in pounds. That's cool. Now I have to calculate 4 kilograms of brass and volume. Yeah, that's true. Standard versus is better than metric. Fight! Better off going to look at steel yard. Yeah. That is true. There is a local steel shop or a couple of scrap yards. One of them, I know a guy who knows a guy who owns the steel shop, so I might be able to get in there and get some stuff cheap. Let's see. I don't have any pipe here though. Engine swap. If I was going to do an engine swap, it would be a 351, which is the same, very similar block. Elijah, hello. Hello, Wooden Metal Workshop. That is a good idea. In general, the cheapest place to get steel is at a scrapyard, followed by a steel shop, like an actual steel place that sells steel. Don't go to a hardware store because you'll pay quadruple. You built the same forge as me, tested as best you ever had. Good to hear it. Speedy Metals says 2x5 plate. That's not bad. Cast off 4-inch steel plate off one of their mistakes. That would be pretty cool. Hello, Jared. Jared McAllister. That would be pretty cool. Get a striking anvil. I mean, I have some hammers. Don't talk about the ones that are up there. I mean, I have some big hammers, and one of them's actually a cross peen blacksmithing type hammer that we shortened the handle. But we use that for appliance repair. Bye a Weiss Afzal. Hello, Chris Hermanson. How long has the stream been going? 27 minutes. 25 minutes-ish. 20-pound, 3-inch diameter round bar. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I have a plan to do a little bit of hardening, trying to do some heat treating in the furnace with a plan with Wooden Metal Workshop, actually. How do you intend to flatten the lathe parts? The lathe parts... for the bed surface, what the book suggests, you get a flat plate. You get an actual flat plate, like a granite one, and then you glue the part up on that, and then you get a hand scraper and you scrape down the high points on and on and on and on and on. And then in the end, you have a very flat surface that has the cool scraping texture on it, and that kind of holds oil, so it's pretty awesome. It's kind of an old school technique, but I think A-Bomb just had some videos about hand scraping a while back. Know anyone to access with rails? No, but I know where there's a railroad that's no longer used and it's not guarded. What's the time in the US? 4:30 for me. Big heavy hammer for appliance repair. Yeah, it's to get like, there are these big nuts that go over like tubs, where the tub, the shaft comes up into the tub of washing machines. Some of them have a huge nut on there, and use the giant hammer plus a special tool that goes on and break it off. How long will the stream go on? Until I'm done? Not that long. The last one was 2 hours, and that was a little longer than I wanted to go. Probably just until people don't want to see anymore. Although the giant hammer does work well for very many things. I have most of my body working hammers over there on the wall. They're not too giant. You know, it's a light touch, a light tappy tap. You should see my drop light. Cool, huh? It's a fluorescent tube. I found this on the side of the road. This tube and the bulb. The bulb was no good. And it was next to some other fluorescent lights, like that one. And I was there fixing something, washer or whatever, and I said, are those on the road? Are those free? I said, yep, I'll take them. So I took all of them. Hat preference. I stole the idea from you. I found these for free before I started YouTube. Hat preference. I don't really wear hats. My head is gigantic, so you can't really tell on a camera. But I need like a size 8 hat, 7 3/4 or whatever, big hat. I had to custom order a racing helmet to fit my head, because they have them like with autocross. When you go, they have them lined up so you can like borrow one, but I couldn't fit. What would I recommend for melting copper? What do you mean, like a furnace? Highly insulating furnace. And definitely propane, something like that. Something like that would be good. Heat, propane's good. Charcoal is difficult. Hold on just a second. I'm going to put this down. 70s paint job with a dragon. Yeah, that would be crazy. Thing is, I got these giant windows. You know, I can't mural over the windows. What's going on with the van? Tearing it apart. Tearing it apart, gonna do rust repair on the body. The front really doesn't have any rust. Can't figure that out. I used to tailgate people all the time, even in salty winter. When I was a teenager, I was not a very good driver. We have a guest. She's getting something out of her cars. Do more autocross videos. I should. I have a GoPro now, so that would be nice. That would definitely be cool. The last time I had this crappy Kodak rip-off action camera, and I would stick that to the side, and it gave a very narrow view. So it was kind of, there she goes, running. I missed her. Too slow. Although I did find out, red and nasty. Yeah, you can't melt copper in an oxidizing environment. It will eat it up. Try crinkling like a bunch of charcoal into the crucible. If the oxygen gets down by the copper, it'll react with the charcoal and not the copper so much. Also, try doing a richer flame. That'll work. And speaking of rust, here's some other pieces I took off. None at all. Unbelievable. Very surprised. Flood the furnace with argon. Yeah, so that's how they do magnesium and stuff. Because any oxygen at all by the magnesium when it's molten will just burst it into flame. So they usually do induction furnaces, and it's built inside like an enclosure, and it's full of argon or something like that. Is argon like welding gas? Yes, some welding gas contains argon. My welding gas, this stuff, is 75% argon, 25% CO2, which is normal MIG gas, MIG wire, or MIG gas for mild steel, which is pretty much everything that I'm going to be welding. Convert it to LEDs. Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, I plan on using this bulb until I accidentally shatter it, and then I'll probably change to an LED. I found out, speaking of windows, these windows are aftermarket, and they're stuck in the side. This company's still around, and they still make the windows. This is the van like Starsky and Crutch. Maybe. What up, Dog King? Hello. Soon then. Cali, no rust at all. Very, very envious. I have this picture of California of having all of these cars in your junkyards that are wore out or crashed with no rust on them. Is that accurate? If so, I want some of them. That would be great, because we have tons of cars here that are perfectly fine, but they're rusting apart. What is your opinion of waste oil? Waste oil has a lot more heat. It pumps out a lot more heat than propane. Propane's not all that hot, but waste oil, I haven't seen one that doesn't generate smoke at some point. And I know I keep moving the camera, sorry about that. These are neighbors. They don't want to see a bunch of it. They don't want smoke. They don't want to smell smoke. A lot of them are very elderly. I'd rather not kill any of them. Yeah, it seems like waste oil is just super hot. More Minecraft videos. It has been so long since I've done any Minecraft playing even. Do you have Patreon? No, I do not. I actually currently have zero ways for people to send me money. If people keep asking, I'll make one, but I don't expect people to give me free money. Backyard, a lot of old cars, no rust. Fist, shake fist at you. I want them. There are still people here with backyards full of old cars, but they're like half cars. You know, most of them have rusted away many years ago. Do you have Overwatch? No. I don't have any games that came out in the last 2 years. Probably 2-3 years since I last purchased a game. Kerbal Space Program might have been the last game I purchased. No. Dirt Rally. Dirt Rally was the last game I purchased when Cone Dodger 240 started a Dirt Rally League many years ago. Well, maybe I'll think about it. I'll think about Patreon, I guess. I'll try to come up with some nice like some things. What are those called? Perks. That's it. Perks. Perks for people. Maybe if you donate more, I'll actually send you something. If you donate less, I'll send you a chunk of rust from this van. I'm gonna have plenty of it. Or maybe not. Rust is dangerous. You just missed. Mostly me talking and showing a few things. Didn't know I was a gamer. Yes, before I did this, I actually had a video game channel, YouTube channel. Never really big, but I did some. Does it run okay? Yeah, runs great. We tried starting it earlier. The battery's dead. It wouldn't even turn over. But that's because I've been running the doors open and stuff. You'll chalk me a couple bucks a month. Well, thanks. I'll see about that. I have a Patreon account because like I used to have a Patreon account. I just donated to one guy, and I still do. I should probably delete that account, start one for this garage channel, and then switch the stuff over to that. Turn on Super Chat for live streams. I've seen that. What is that? What is Super Chat? Something about like highlighting stuff? I don't know. Okay, I'm going back. Samuel, Brazil, working on a Maverick V8. That's cool. Good luck on the van. Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Allows you to make donations. Interesting. I don't really plan a lot of stuff or read into how YouTube works. So I'm just kind of winging it most of the time. So when something like Super Chat pops up, I think, that's stupid. Click X. Keep the they're definitely shenanigans. Have you checked the battery water level lately? No, I have not. That's probably something I should do. No more finger. The thing is, when I tap the screen for the chat, it's like a centimeter away from the camera. Rust removal parts or any kind of maintenance. Rust removal. Rust removal is first. You could do some t-shirts. I could. Secret is a lot of secrets. I made that icon that's on the channel. I made that really quickly when I first started the channel, and I'm not super thrilled with it because I just kind of whipped it up as a placeholder, but I'm probably never going to change it. So maybe t-shirts. Speaking of rust removal, one moment. The hood's too heavy to just whip up in the air. Most of this panel, there's like no rust. It's all fine. But I have this. This was in the wheel well. So this is bad. This is bad stuff. So I'm going to work on that first. You see? I've yanked on it a bunch and it doesn't rip off. So it's not rusted off. It's just pitted really bad. And the paint's all flaked. Part of the issue also is that this panel was originally this dark brown color. And that was a single stage paint. But all of these stripes, those are base clear. And they cleared over the single stage and it looks terrible. Fire and free candy. Yeah, that would be awesome. Fire and free candy. I could definitely use, if I did have a Patreon account with money coming in, first thing I would buy is propane. Because the furnace thing, propane, the expendables, propane gets expensive after a while. Yes, fire and free candy. I do like that. Better than new cars. Yeah, I had this in a shop when I was living in Boston. I wasn't allowed to work on my cars. It was in the apartment lease, and I couldn't hide it in the garage because the garage was too small. And I took it to a shop. They put it up on a jack stand, and the people there like freaked out because it has this huge hitch and air ride suspension. And they said this thing's 30 years old. It's less rusty than a 5-year-old truck. Because I think in Boston, they don't use normal salt. They use this really corrosive stuff. And mine hadn't been in it for long enough. Wood gasification for fuel. I've seen that, but I don't know. Oh, hang on. Need battery. I hope that's working. I don't want to. Yep, it's charging. Okay, so I just can't touch it. I just can't. Okay, come on. There we go. Hello, Halbarad from Discord. Hello. Welcome. I enjoy speaking with you on Discord. I'm currently not melting anything in my garage, but I was looking at other things. Finish your first copper melt. That's awesome. Are you going to send me a video on that? I would like to see it. That guy, him and his girlfriend, they just made a furnace out of Castellite. Castellite is a castable refractory that's much more insulating than a lot of other ones. Is the Discord Patreon only? No. There's a link to the Discord in most of my video descriptions. I do not have a Patreon, so just anyone can show up. It is highly moderated, though. There's anything else. Just can't touch it. Poke. That's right. Gotta poke everything. Hello from Spain. Hello. I took Spanish in high school. I don't remember any of it. We used to watch one show from Spain in it. I don't know what the point of it was. You need a way to give me money. Okay. Well, I guess what I've been trying to do is, I don't know. This is mostly just a hobby, so I was trying not to like show up. Hey, give me money, you know. But I mean, if people want to buy more propane, I will happily melt more stuff. That's most of the reason I put the intro video of this. As you can see, I'm much farther along than introduction. I got the whole front end ripped apart. So like videos take a long time to get out, but I didn't have anything new built because I don't have propane and I don't have welding wire. So yeah, wire money through Western Union. I don't think there's a Western Union in my town. Does the van have a moonroof? No, it does not. Hang on, I'm gonna disconnect for a second. The van is not. It has a sun or a roof rack. Whoa, hello. It's got an aluminum roof rack on it, and the ceiling is caved in. I may once have had a mini party on top of it with me and like 8 people, and it caved it in just a little bit. If you're honest about the Patreon, don't spam it every word. People won't mind. All right. Yeah, well, I'll look into that. Where are you at in Wisconsin? The southern half. I'm not going to get any more detailed, but I'm not in a city. I'm like, I really don't know, 40 minutes away from the nearest city? Which is another reason I can't just like pop out on Sunday and buy something that I need, because I work Monday to Saturday and I really only have time Sunday, and I can't like, I don't know. It's annoying to like get in my car and drive to Milwaukee when I need to buy something. So I have to do most of the stuff through mail order. Although there is a welding supply place nearby, and I can buy steel, but that's about it. Knowing to go to propane, yeah, well, I'll look into that. I mean, thanks for the generosity. I mean, I definitely don't expect anyone to give me stuff. You're from Chicago, drive up to Superior. If you go from Chicago to Superior, you go not too far from where I live. Angle grinder. I have an angle grinder. It's over there. I have 2 of them. One of them has a cutting disc on it. Got it from Kent from Wood and Metal Workshop. Works quite well. Are the heads on the engine aluminum? As far as I know, it's all cast iron. Cast iron heads, cast iron block. I think the pistons are, the connecting rods are forged. The pistons on this one are hyper-eutectic, I think. Hyper-eutectic cast pistons. It says in the factory service manual exactly, but I don't know for sure. Gonna start aluminum metal foundry. Great. Be safe. Be careful. That stuff's dangerous. 40 minutes away from the city. Here you can crisscross in 3 hours. You know, I used to live in Boston, and it took an hour to crisscross that one city. Like, I can go from my house to Milwaukee in about that time, the outskirts of Milwaukee. So, like, I don't have all the amenities of a city. I have like 90% of them. But if I want to go to a city, to the thing, it's just as quick as when I lived in Boston and went to the thing in Boston. It was crazy. I could see my school from my patio. It took an hour to get there. It was pretty nuts. PayPal do a thing. Donate. That's cool. 9 hours. Is that 9 hours across the country? This state, I think, takes 6 or 8 from the very southern point to the very northern point. I've never done that myself. I mean, I've been up to Superior, but that's there's not a lot. The northern half of the state doesn't really have much in it. Sunroof hard to seal the water out. Yeah, that's kind of my worry. Plus, I don't like sunroofs. I don't like sun in my eyes. I mean, every car I've had with one, I've just shut the sunroof permanently. Scrap the whole van, melt down the aluminum, cast a new van. There's not a lot of aluminum in this van. The wheels are aluminum. The wheels are cast aluminum from American Racing. A drone launcher, that would be great. Someone in Cone Dodger 240. He's a YouTuber that you should watch. He suggested a roof rack that's like beefy with these big beefy rails, and then I can clamp a chair on top. So I can park it like a race in the infield and sit on top. Ever try to cast metal into solid wood? No, but there's some awesome furniture. It's like a log for the top, and then they cast the bottom and the legs into it. That would be that was really cool. Take 6 hours from northwest to southeast. Wood and Metal Workshop. He would know. He just did that drive a couple of times. Cast a smaller. I've probably about this much aluminum. It's just the wheels. The rest of it's steel and cast iron. You have a 48 CJ2. That's cool. Those are pretty awesome. Remove all the rust. 4 tires and a windshield. That's what I thought this was going to be. More furnace videos. Yes, I will when I get more propane. Furnace. I've had a few ideas and a few patterns. I've seen people just grab a hatchet off the shelf and cast that, but I kind of want to just do the head, like do some hatchet heads, and then handle them with actual wood, so I can use them, you know. How much is a tank of propane where you're at? I believe to purchase, I just stole the one out of my grill for the one, and I think for the second one it was $45, and exchange is like 15 or something. But they're small. They're like the this big ones, the normal grill ones. That's what I'm using. So $15 for one of those. It's probably not as good as a welding shop for $1 per amount of propane. Paintball gun, that would be cool. Axe is on my mind. I want to build. I want to make like one of those 2-headed double bit axes. I saw a documentary on lumberjack axes, very, very specific, and they talked about the two axe heads was really popular because it was balanced. It wouldn't tend to chip out when you're cutting the wood, and also you're in the middle of the woods and your blade goes dull. You can flip it around and have another blade. It was very handy. They make a leather sheath for the axe. Yes, he knows a secret. He knows something that I've been working on that I don't have any videos on because he's on the Discord. And also, I convinced him to do it too. So, yeah, I'm a bad influence. At least according to his wife, I'm a bad influence. I'm making him spend money. Wants to know if I'm a lumber sexual. Don't know what that is. My instinct is no. No? Yes, blame Paul. Yes, I will take the blame. Like Jerry's from Walking Dead. I stopped watching Walking Dead. I stopped. When did I stop? I think when they got to Terminus, like when they show up and they put them in the train car, and then I just kind of lost interest. It's not wearing plaid. That's true. I have my leather welding jacket, which does not fit me. I have then this thing, and then my work shirt. I didn't change out of work clothes. It's becoming nighttime. Stupid daylight savings time. Actually, I think I'm going to shut the garage door. This is cold. What are you? You are also a bad influence. Well, I don't know how bad it is. We're telling people, hey, go make something. That's a good influence. I mean, he spends money, but go make something. How do you know he's not wearing plaid? I'm not going to check my boxers, but there's a high likelihood those are plaid. One guy's a two-sided axe. Just slit a bad guy in half. Oh, that's pretty cool. Did you cover the license plate, or is YouTube doing it? I covered it with duct tape. Don't know why. I don't know if people can search license plates, but people cover license plates. Got dark an hour ago. Yeah. But I moved the car out so I had more space. I'm going to push it back in. Those running boards. That thing. That was very annoying to get off. I broke some of the bolts. SW Dweeb, hello. Been here for almost 30 minutes. Well, hello there. Glad you were here. Just dropped a lot of new tools yesterday. What'd you get? I got a new tool yesterday. Here it is. Check that out. Pretty sweet. Big drum sander. This is a finishing disc. I also got some stripping discs, an expanding wheel, and some sanding discs. That's for taking paint off and also finishing stuff. Still daylight here. That's lucky. See no point covering license plates? You the guy with a furnace. I have a furnace. You got a 55-pound anvil. I wish I had one. I heard Harbor Freight has anvils, but I also heard they're cast iron, and they're kind of soft. Bunch of Milwaukee vice grips. That's nice. Do you use a bench grinder? I do not have a bench grinder. I have, on occasion, snuck over to my dad's place and used his bench grinder. That is not a hand plane. No. The hand plane, there was a hand plane right here. It's over there. Finger mangling power tools. That's right. Belt sander. No, I do not have a belt sander either. But this is an expanding drum and belt or sanding drums I can put over it. Cover up voids and casting with Bondo. That's not a bad idea, I suppose. I don't have any Bondo. I've never used Bondo. Harbor Freight anvils crack. Yeah, cast iron, people think it's like tough and hard and heavy and stuff, but it's really not. It's quite brittle. Cast everything is quite brittle. Good work hardening makes service hard. That's a good idea. Let's see, I'm thinking I might shut the garage door. Weld a plate to the face. I'm not sure I know how to weld stuff to cast iron. I know a guy who said he can braze cast iron. I could get some 3M combi wheels for that. I don't. Would they fit? I have a whole bunch of 3M sandpaper. My uncle used to work there, and when he retired, he retired a few years, 5 years ago, something like that. He's kind of older, like my dad is, because they're twins. He gave me that huge air compressor, giant 2-stage air compressor, and sorry if you're dizzy, that entire shelf all the way to the back is boxes of sandpaper. It is awesome. What hood ornament will you be ordering from J.C. Whitney? Probably no hood ornament, although I do have casting equipment. I can just cast hood ornaments. When I'm thinking of casting, one of my casting plans, you can't see it because I took the fender off. These are injection molded plastic, the badges. And the mold that they inject into is a 2-part mold that has to pull apart. So the parts have to have draft on them. I'm thinking I can take them off, ram them up in sand, and try to make them in aluminum. That's one of my casting ideas. In part because this side has both badges. That fender doesn't have the 150. It fell off a long time ago. Cast a naked lady, kind of like the 1920s cars and stuff. Yeah, who won't abuse it, right? I mean, it's an anvil. You're gonna whack stuff on it, right? Eating dinner, that's good. Third day turkey. I would like some turkey. I had some leftover turkey yesterday for lunch. Turkey sandwich covered in mayo. It was quite tasty. Extra charge because of no net neutrality. Yeah, they charge extra for sending turkey over the internet. 65 degrees latitude. I don't even know what my latitude is. Wisconsin. I used to joke. For a while, I lived in southern upstate New York. Like I could have ridden my bicycle to Pennsylvania, but I wasn't by the city. And where was this going? I was talking about something. Oh yeah, I used to joke that was the furthest south I had ever lived, because Boston was a little north of that, and then everywhere in Wisconsin I've lived was north of there. Near New Berlin. Not really. I kind of wish I was, because I think New Berlin, there's a Tandy leather shop not too far from New Berlin. Grow out your beard. I shaved it. You can see, shaved it shorter. The next video of this, when I'm doing some more teardown, you'll randomly see my beard will be much larger because of the lag between recording. Man's not hot in the garage. I'm not hot. Pennsylvania, sunset 1.5 hours ago. Yeah. Melted it off. Maybe. Beard hair is pretty insulating, so it might save my face a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna shut the garage door. Hang on. The noises, loud noises. Fan does time travel. That's right. Maybe. It certainly travels a lot of things. Burned off your eyebrows. That's not good. Boom. See this? I have arm hair. In the past, I have not had any arm hair because of my furnace. So are those some tubular shorty headers on the 302 because the stock cast iron manifold's cracked? Yes and no. Those are tubular shorty headers on the van. The stock manifolds did not crack. In the past, we're talking 20 years ago when I was a child, my parents used to tow a camper with this. A big camper, way too big. And it didn't have any power, so they just floored it all the time. And they got sick of flooring it to go 55, so they hopped it up, and that was one of the modifications. Cast an aluminum bronze sword. That would be cool. See you in future videos. Bye. See you, Jared. Yeah, the engine in the van, it's a 302, Windsor 302, Ford small block, old small block Windsor. Can the van do 88? The speedometer goes to 85. It's got one of those big old square ones, and it goes around to 85. And I don't know how fast it goes, but I know it will go past the 85, down to the MPH and over to pegging before it starts overheating. Your wife want to say hi, Paul. Hi. Nice to say hi to you. But the van, right now it could do 88. It wouldn't like it. Shifter on the column, it's an automatic. Four-speed AOD automatic. I would like it to be I have this crazy idea that would be really cool to convert it to a 4 on the tree, just because no one knows how to do that anymore. Needs to be 88. Yeah, it can definitely go 88. This might not, none of you are cops, right? So this seats 7 people, and a bunch of other people, a couple other people in my family had big vans back when my generation were all kids. My parents' generation had more, they were braver, I guess, and they got in a van race with the vans full of all the family members. And I don't know how fast we were going because the speedometer stops at 85, but we know there was a Caravan that was doing 110, and we passed the Caravan in this. But that was many years ago, so that was before the fancy exhaust rusted off and when the computer chip hadn't burned out and when the fancy ignition system hadn't burned out. So a lot of that ended up in the garbage. Did you ever find the camper van conversion? Who did the van convert? So the van conversion was done by DMC. It's a company in Milwaukee. They're still around. They did it, but they did it in 87, 86, 87. Seat 7 safely. I will say I have fit 12 people in it, but most of them were Korean, so they weren't as large. They were my wife's friends. Sad you'll have to arrest me now. Oh, that's terrible. They are still in business. I sent them an email because in the door jamb, they put a sticker with the paint codes of all the extra paint colors that they used. And they weren't super helpful, but they said, if you bring it in, we can help. And I said, I live in New York. I can't bring it in. But they said the codes are still around. First car was a 72 Ford van 3-speed. That sounds pretty cool. That was one of the snub nose ones, right? That would be pretty cool. 88 plus a flux capacitor. That'd be crazy. All right, Lord of Numidia. See ya. Thanks for stopping by. But yes, it is a 87, and DMC is still around. And in fact, I mentioned this earlier on stream, but some of you might not have been here. These are aftermarket windows cut into the side because this used to be a panel van. And the company that made this, there's a sticker right there. The company's still around, and they still make these windows. So I can get parts if I need. Be back. All right, we'll see you later, Kent. Kent from Wood and Metal Workshop, everyone. Should probably check his stuff out if you haven't yet. He makes stuff out of wood and metal. There's more. There are many, many more great stories. RC Pie. It is a good story. There's more detail to that story also, because it wasn't just this versus a caravan. There was another Econoline. All right, you're heading out. I will see you later. Putting an RV AC on the roof, maybe. I'm kind of nervous of chopping into the ceiling, like chopping any holes in anywhere that could leak. I was thinking of putting an aftermarket air conditioner in it, because that little bit, the tank of R12 that I showed you, that's all the R12 we have left in my family. My dad used to do refrigeration, so we had some R12, but that's it. Once that's gone. My 323 takes R12, so I'm kind of saving it for that. Also, my mom has an old Mark III Supra. That takes R12, but that hasn't leaked any of it out, so we're kind of hanging on to it. Put it in the window. I saw one of these in the back window. They had a piece of plywood, like expanding foamed into the window with an AC stuck in it. It looked terrible. Absolutely terrible. Bet it worked though. That would be pretty cool. But there's a company, Vintage Air. They make air conditioning systems you can retrofit. Really absorbent carpet. Yes. Shag, I have shag carpet, sort of. Not like tall shag, but shorter shag. That would be quite absorbent. Good morning from Australia. Hello. Big Stack D Casting. Just blame Paul. Yes, it is my fault. Hello from Australia. Good to see you. Window needs more Cthulhu. Oh, I should get one of those Michael Cthulhu stickers and stick it on the back. That would be cool. But yeah, I could put a pretty big thing on that window. This used to be, like I said, a panel truck. Actually, when it was first sold, it wasn't a complete vehicle. It didn't even have interior, not even front seats. There's like a build sticker in the door jamb that says incomplete vehicle manufactured by Ford, whatever. It's kind of crazy. So it was originally purchased as an empty vehicle used as a work truck, just long enough to write it off, and then this was done. But I want to show you stuff, but I'm chained. I have my power cord right there. I'm stuck. Mobile foundry would be awesome. You have a new day in Germany. Well, happy Sunday. And if you're in Australia, it's already Sunday. Happy Sunday noonish, afternoon or whatever. Ooh. Sorry, moving things around. Exhaust for a mobile foundry might be a problem. Yeah. A propane tank trailer. That would be good. I have these little propane tanks, but they're not very big. A time zone, buddy. That's a weird way of putting it. Aluminum scrapping. Yeah, I was thinking, so these wheels, these are cast aluminum 15-inch. Getting tires is starting to get kind of sketchy because all new cars have bigger wheels. But bigger wheels on old cars look terrible. So I'm thinking of just maybe finding like 17-inch wheels, which is pretty easy to find all the tires you want. Just find ones that look kind of like this and paint them gold and then melt these ones. So, because wheel aluminum, cast aluminum from wheels is a really good alloy. Really, really good alloy. Like that's about the best one. Change the name, put my own finger on it. Yeah, 100-pound propane tanks. That sounds awesome. Roof AC looks like garbage. Yeah, if I had AC on the roof, it would not fit through that door. You see how close that door is to that roof rack? It's like 1.5 inches. There was once one mechanic that my dad went to who did all the engine work, who souped it up. He had to deflate all the tires to fit it in his garage. You ever thought about anodizing? Yes, I have considered it. If you hold on just 1 second. This is one of the running boards, or one of the mud flaps. It's anodized aluminum, and it looks terrible. Like road grime has abraded away the anodized surface. But it's all bent up, so I don't know if I want to do it. And anodizing also, I used to be into RC cars, and the bottoms, for some reason, when I was into it, they were all anodized purple. The exhaust is anodized purple, and you can see they're starting to get scraped up. I never drove this very much. This one, I kind of got this when I was near the end of my RC car days, so I didn't really wear this one out. But some of the other ones, the bottoms would look so horrible after a while, and so would the exhaust. I wanted to try anodizing to like repair some of those, but I just never did. This is pretty cool though. This thing will go like 70 miles an hour. It's awesome. Way too fast to control. These are not bullet holes. These are the screw holes. Everything on this van is put on with fasteners that could hold up a bridge. It's kind of crazy. Like these are aftermarket, and these are like 3/8 bolts. Those are the smallest bolts I've found. Everything else is 1/2 inch, like big 1/2 inch bolts to hold on like a cosmetic thing that's under 0 load. It's quite nuts. Like I don't think they're not like grade 8 or anything, but it's just kind of crazy to like work on a newer car, and all the fasteners are tiny and cheap, and like some of them are just plastic push pins. And this thing's like, oh, that's not structural? How about 12 1/2 inch bolts? You know, that'll hold up a tank. It should hold your fender on. And then they hide a couple of them. It's way overbuilt. 3D printed plane, yes. I took all the parts inside. Dad joke for the win, yes. 3D printed plane. I 3D printed 3D Lab Print is a company that sells models, 3D models of RC planes. And I bought one of them that was a P-51 Mustang. I bought it for my dad for Christmas, or no, it was birthday. For his birthday, and then I printed it up. It's like, wingspan's like this. It's big. It's a big plane. And then he put like servos and a motor, and then he can fly it around. He used to do RC planes all the time, but his were all like big. You know, big, made out of wood, nitro powered for the most part. Very few electric ones. Oh, and another thing. I got this idea from when I used to be an archaeologist for a few years, archaeology grad student for 6 years. We label everything in bags. So when I take everything off, left running board, everything's in bags. So I know where all these came from. Probably not going to reuse a lot of these because they're kind of rusty, but I'll be able to take these to the hardware store and get more when I need them. So that's a tip for you. Another tip, you can get these in small, like 2x3s, or 1x2s or whatever, very small bags. And there is a legal limit to how many of those you can have on you, because drug dealers use them. So when we were going to the archaeology dig sites, and we would have like 500,000 of those little specimen bags in the back, we had to not get pulled over because the cops would say, all right, how many drugs are you guys packing? And they'd say, no, it's different. We're archaeologists, look. And at least there'd be a professor with us. And, oh, sorry, finger in the way. Flight tested an episode of the P-51. I've seen some flight tests. They seem pretty cool. Print and cast your own logo. Someone came up with a 3D model. RC Pi, I think it was. Or no, OC Castings or someone. Someone came up with a 3D model and sent it to me. So that is a plan. Gotta go fix some deer. I want some deer. Venison meat's awesome. Wind, rain, automated car washes. Put a fair amount of load even on cosmetic parts. That's a good point. That is a good point. But I had this many 1/2 inch bolts holding one fender on. pretty crazy. Dear Jerky, now I want it even more. Greetings, Nils. Hello. Hello, how are you? Hope it is going fine. Anything else anyone wants to see? I think my phone is charged enough that I can pull it off the cable here and show you some stuff. Actually, I might just pull it off of the duct tape mount. It is duct tape mounted to my camera mount. Let's see. I want to peel it off nice. Ooh, I should be getting jerky soonish. Hey everyone, Powers makes jerky. He makes jerky at his house. And no, you can't have any. It's mine. And Powers is. Overcomplicated solar lithium-ion power system. That would be cool. It would be cool to convert the whole roof to a solar panel. That would be pretty sweet. I had that idea in some of my endless bad ideas. Words. Toast. I can't speak. While unduct taping. There's more duct tape? How much crap did I take this? Well, I didn't want it falling off. There. You want to see the furnace because you're building one. Hang on, we hit a button. Boop. There's the furnace. There's the fire brick one. Fire brick one down there. The old bucket one with the refractory cement is down here. I don't really use that one anymore, but the fire brick one's considerably larger. Very, very cool. That worked pretty well. You're back. Hello, Tate. Oh, you didn't hear a word. Sorry. I was saying, how much duct tape did I put on this phone? What's your worst injury while making or doing hobby stuff? Let's see. I don't have any injuries at the moment. On this arm, there is a burn mark from I was grinding a pipe and then I accidentally touched it like half a minute later and burned me. That wasn't cool. Forge a knife. Yes. Yes, I will forge. I'm going to make a mini forge here pretty soon. As soon as I get some welding wire. So here's the engine. Ooh, Uncle Buck's Forge. Hello. Glad to see you. I think I saw you pop in. Thanks. Thank you for coming. Let's see. Look at this. See all these nightmarish wires? What anvil will I use? I will use whatever anvil I can find for cheap at the time. Broke down on the road. That's too bad. What'd you miss? I've mainly just been talking some more. Let's go on an interior tour, shall we? You're 35, told your old man, he freaked out. Really? I told my old man I was doing this and he bought me a drum sander. Said, cool, here's some stuff. But my old man is crazy. Check that out. Open the box. I don't really have... See, that key isn't on the keychain. I do not know. Hello, MTV. This is my crib. When I was in college, I spent a lot of time in here. I didn't live in here, obviously. I lived in the dorm. But let's see. The light's not quite, or the battery's not quite good enough to turn the lights on bright. But there's the grill. Here's the table. Is that real wood? Yes. This is 3/4 inch red oak. And it's all splintery. Here's a splintery part. Because it's all solid. Solid wood splinters after a while. You can see the odometer says some number that isn't correct. Is that like a hangout? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I used to sit in this chair when I was young. Yes, I plan to redo the interior. In there is a VCR. In here is a television. And I used to watch it all the time. Back there, that bench folds into a bed. There's all sorts of mystery everywhere. Like, what's in that door panel? I don't even know. The mystery glove compartment. All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go get some more keys. Hold on a sec. We're gonna enter the house. No. See, here's a keychain. That's not it. More van keys? That's not it. The van keys for the the lockbox. Here are some random keys.
Nope.
No, not on there.
Those were like small keys. Right?
Yeah. Okay, I can't find that key. Probably in one of my coat pockets. Okay, coming back. I think I have the key in my pocket here. I think it's one of these. Okay, the phone is telling me very bad connection. So I apologize if it goes away. Yes, this is the key for that, I believe. Okay, here we go. What mysteries lie within? See this? This appears to be a manual. Ooh, window sticker. Some stuff from DMC Custom Vans. Tires Plus. No money, that's kind of a bummer. Old registration. Ignore all that, we're gonna look at this. Is everyone still there? It said bad connection. Here's the original window sticker. I can see something interesting right now. That number is so a lie. That has to be a lie. 18, never in its life. This number should be more like 10 or 12. This is back from when they just lied. Whenever you had a window sticker, they just lied. All the stuff. Let's see what optional equipment we have. Payload package. Auxiliary fuel tank. That's cool. How much was that? Oh, it doesn't say. Yes, 2 gas tanks. Can you believe that? Air conditioning. Handling package. What? Handling package? This thing doesn't handle for crap. Credit for fixed glass. This isn't all that exciting. Yes. Oh, standard equipment. 4.9 liter inline 6. Optional equipment. 5 liter V8. They're both only 4.9s though. That's the 5.0 is another lie. All right, we're gonna go back to this camera. This is too shaky, and I'm ruining my signal. Oh no! I duct taped over the camera. Didn't look like much of a lock. No, I don't think it is. I think it's pretty. A library bill from 10 years ago. I was digging through a box earlier that's up on the shelf over there, and I found my old library card. That's kind of crazy. Hang on, I don't want to kill the battery more. So yeah, we have learned in 1987 Ford lied about their fuel economy. It's the best I've ever gotten was 15 miles per gallon highway. I think a screwdriver, I mean, it is just wood. You could, old, dry rotted, splintery wood. I can just slam into it. Do you use Premiere to edit? No, I do not. I use Sony Vegas, a very, very old edition of Sony Vegas. This is what being a hostage looks like. Yes, a hostage. This would not be a very good kidnapping van with the huge windows. You can kick out the windows or people can just see right in. Kills battery with Pokemon Go. I used to play Pokemon so much. Never played Pokemon Go. Supper time. All right. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming, Ian. Also, I like the Bentley in your avatar image. Just trying to reattach my thing here. Yes, we are charging again. Excellent. Excellent. You should do more of these. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. So I promised my wife I'd buy her a laptop, and I might snag her laptop and actually do good streams. The problem is I have to use my phone because my desktop is huge and way too heavy. I'm going to move so a little bit of lighting. But yeah, she used to have a laptop, and then she dropped it to death. Too many times it fell on the concrete and on the wood floor. But props to HP. You're at work, gotta go. All right, see you later. We have a guest again. No, she's gone. She's throwing stuff out. Recycle bins in the garage. This is literally just my garage at my house. So we store the garbage in here. Oh, this is fun. Thanks for the vids. You are welcome. For those of you interested in the Jeep, here's a Power Wheels battery. The Power Wheels battery I got. Check out my charger. That's totally factory approved, right? Totally. But yeah, it does work. Just need to paint it. So it's too cold to paint though. You like fixing things that are unfixable. Well, that would be pretty cool. Did someone say Jeep? Yes, Powers. You heard the word Jeep. You heard. How long has the Jeep taken? I probably started it like a year ago, but there's a lot of time periods of me not working on it. Paul's garbage. Yes, my garbage is over there. 302 is a 5 liter. It's like 4.95, I think. So if you round up, it's a 5 liter. Webcam with really long cable. I got a really long 100-foot Ethernet cable. So when I get the laptop out here, I'll just run the Ethernet cable. Because Wi-Fi sucks. I don't like Wi-Fi. If you want to wire into the internet, wire into the internet. Hard wire. That's how you get a better signal. So that is coming eventually, maybe, if I can sneak it away from her. I heard the 302, they call that the 5 liter because the straight 6 is a 301, and they didn't want to confuse people with it. But I could be wrong. Any more comments? Does anyone want to see anything else? Wi-Fi is a fraud. Yes. Wi-Fi is lame. It doesn't work as well as it ought to. What am I talking about? I was talking about Wi-Fi. All hail the power of copper cable. Yes. Copper is good. I don't have too much copper cable. I have a lot of copper pipe still, but a lot of that's going to get melted. I still have some of that long pipe. I think it's over there. Long pipe. Hello, Chirpy's Tinkerings. How are you doing? Love the cops. Yeah, cops are good. I like cops. There are some of them in my neighborhood. Hardwired is for paranoid people. That includes me as well. Hello, Thomas. Just woke up? What do you mean you just woke up? Show us the Jeep. I just duct taped this back to the stand, but I'll show you as much as I can from my camera tripod. If you will hold on a moment. Oh, there goes some of the duct tape. I'm not sure you've seen this. You know, this kind of ended before. It's all finished up. The dash is finished. This is welded on. I'm not sure that was welded on in the last video. The grill and hood are away. They're in the basement. For the lights and other parts, I was 3D printing them. And then I just never brought the panels back out. It's too cold to paint. So the steering wheel, it's inside here. There's like a push ring, and that locks it onto the steering column. But I'm not going to do that until I'm done because you break it to get it off. But I fixed the steering. So there's a steering bushing in there now, so it's very tight steering. And there's a box on top, so it's not really working. But there's the Jeep. All the bodywork's done. I just have to paint it and then stick the sticker things back on it. Zip. Stick I'm double-sided taping the 3D printed aesthetic parts onto the body. Although the other day I was thinking of redoing the grill since I have to wait until it warms up anyway. The grill doesn't look very good. I altered the pattern a bit to make it look a bit more accurate. I think my grill was too high, and the square with all the slats in it was taller than it was wide, and it needs to be the opposite of that. I already altered the pattern though. Grill, like the front end. You know, the front end of Jeeps, they have those 7 slats. It doesn't look good. What color are you going to paint it? Red. Gotta go. I have to grade physics quizzes. Have fun with that. That's one thing I do not miss about academia. I hated grading. I don't think anyone likes grading. It's just not fun. Of course they round up Americans love big motors. Yes. I have a feeling you are quite behind on what I'm talking about, because I think I mentioned that like 20 minutes ago. Put a rotary engine in the van. Don't put enough oil in, move exhaust face forward. Yeah. Spit fire when you drive. It already spits fire when it drives. It spits it out the bottom. There's a hole in the exhaust about this big. And since there's no catalytic converters, you didn't hear me say that, it just shoots fire, and you hear it. It used to shoot fire out the side, but that was before I hit that raccoon and ripped the muffler off. That's where I think it went. I think the exhaust is in a ditch somewhere. Uh-oh, lost thing. Candy apple red. Yes, possibly. I will possibly paint it candy apple red. I have the paint. It's just, I don't know what color red it is. It's just red. I went to the store and bought red. Have any other parts for the lathe lined up? Wood patterns, for instance? No, but I have some 3D printed stuff. You saw Chirpy's Tinkerings pop in. He has some 3D printed models that he made of beefed up parts of the Gingery lathe. And I printed a couple of those. I was going to try 3D printed patterns. That's what I'm looking for. I've been talking for too long. I don't know how much more I can talk. I'm going to die pretty soon, I think. But I don't have that right here because the printer's in my basement. And the printer got moved. Are they readily available? No, they are not. I was just saying. Those are in the basement, but I think they're on Thingiverse. The plans, yeah, well, the plans are just in the book. And you didn't hear it from me, but there's a PDF version of this book somewhere on the internet if you search hard enough. But I bought the book. Yes, Chirpy, search for that on Thingiverse, and you will see some of his upgraded patterns that you can just print off. I think it's like a carriage assembly. It's got some extra width on it, and that prevents it flexing, because you really don't want a lathe flexing. The pattern that I showed you earlier, key difference here, the normal lathe is 2 inches tall with 1.5 inches tall with 2-inch feet. This is 2-inch tall. I'm going to use 1.5-inch feet. And that's what Maker Size did. If you've seen Maker Size's lathe videos, and I asked him about it because it's different from what the book said, and his response was, what? So he screwed it up a little bit, but I think he screwed it up in making it beefier than the original one. So he inadvertently did something very much better. But I also, by Chirpy's suggestion, this is 3/8 inch wood. 1/2 inch, 3/8 inch wood. So I'm going to make it thicker than the original casting. Also, I'm not going to use aluminum. I'm going to use a zinc alloy of zinc and aluminum. Zamek, I think it's called. And that's heavier, stronger than aluminum, melts at a lower temperature, and is vibration dampening. Because you don't want vibration in your lathe either. And aluminum does not dampen vibration. So that's what's going on that lathe front. That's obviously not being rushed along, that project. Not rushing at all. Zillustration, hello. Vibranium. I thought it'd be cool to make one out of like bronze, but bronze is what they make bells out of, and that stuff vibrates like crazy. That's why it's so awesome. Hopefully be adding 3D printed conversions soon. That would be cool, saving up for a CR10. I've heard the CR10 is pretty awesome. 2/3 the weight of cast iron. Yeah, the other benefit is I can melt it. I can't melt cast iron, especially not with propane, naturally aspirated propane. Oop, light dimming. When the garage fridge kicks in, the lights dim. Do you have a source for zinc? Yes, rotometals.com. You can pick whatever zinc alloy you want, and they sell zinc. It's pretty cheap. I think it's $10 for a 4-pound ingot. So that's a lot cheaper per pound than copper or aluminum. Copper's like $20 a pound, or no, 10? I don't know, I haven't checked. I have a bunch of free copper. But I know, what was that alloy? Tin. Tin is $18 a pound from them. And I don't think they sell brass. Melt the nozzle on your torch. Yeah, that's not good. Bronze does work for the lathe. Bronze absorb. Oh, brass rings. I see. With Prime, they do not have Prime. You can buy zinc tin ingots from them through Amazon Prime for like $24, or you can buy it from the website for $18 and then pay the extra in shipping. So really, you don't save any money. Turkey hot dish. I want turkey hot dish. That sounds delicious. Turkey sounds quite excellent, if you ask me. Let's see, what else did I want to show you? This is nice stuff. PB Blaster, some of my favorite. It's definitely great because most of the bolts on this are kind of rusty. It's not that they're like rusty. They're not quite stuck either, but they are, I don't know what the word for it is. They need to be loosened. Peanut butter blaster, yes. Goes great with navel jelly, I think. That's this stuff. Powerful rust penetrating. I don't know if it's flammable though, so be careful. Oh, I just noticed there's a large thing from a light over here. You like the acetone ATF mix? Your van fixes look attainable. That's good. That most of the panels are straight. You know, just straight slabs. So shouldn't have a problem with too much. Cast a full RC. That would be crazy. That would be very heavy. There are some full 3D printed RC trucks available that I've seen. Like, if you print the gears with nylon and everything, it can be pretty tough. I found out recently my printer works with nylon, like out of the box. It has an all metal hot end already, so I can just buy nylon. And then I realized nylon's not cheap, so then I didn't buy any. Loosens rubber grommets like exhaust hangers. That's good to know. I did not know that. My exhaust hangers are gone. They're not attached anymore. They fell off with the exhaust. So, but I'll use that for future reference. The suspension bushings are rubber. That might be useful. The body mounts are rubber too, but the body mounts look really good. 3D print a 3D printer. That would be cool. Somewhat angelic. Yeah, I don't think angels reek of PB Blaster and motor oil. Nylon is awesome. Yeah, nylon. Some of those nylon printed parts look really tough. Those look quite awesome. But nylon filament, from what I've seen, is like double the price of PLA. Get some PETG. I can print that too, but I just haven't. I was thinking maybe print that whole plane in nylon. That'll be a little tougher on impact, because the P51 model does not have running gear or landing gear. Ever thought of building a small extruder? I have not. But that would be kind of neat. Let's see, scrolling up, I missed stuff probably. Okay, now peanut butter blaster, I did see that comment. If they figured out HDPE, maybe. I haven't really looked into that. Make sure you get a dry box for nylon. I need to make a dry box for the PLA, because I've heard that stuff absorbs water. Do lost gallium aluminum casting? That's a good question. Gallium melts really low, right? But I don't know when gallium evaporates. Because for lost anything casting to work, it has to evaporate out. Although if you could ram up the sand really cold so the gallium is solid, and then warm it up and pour the gallium out, that might work. Easy material to source, that's cool. 90-ish Fahrenheit, you mean that's gallium evaporating? Do you have any more lost PLA casting? I haven't recorded anymore, although I have more ideas. And now that I have the bigger furnace, I can actually fit a larger plaster thing inside and heat the whole thing up to red hot, which I think that's the main thing. I didn't get the whole thing hot enough, but that's my plan. Plastic casting. That's cool. Dave Hackins. I'll have to look that up. We'll definitely have to look that up. All right, we're coming up on 90 minutes. If anyone has any last-minute questions or things they want to see, hit me now, because I'm starting to lose my voice. I'm still not totally over being sick. Although I think I only sounded like death for like two days or so, and that was a couple weeks ago. You can pour the gallium out with plaster of Paris. Curing wants to heat up, so it'll distort the gallium part. That's a good point. I haven't thought about that. Plaster of Paris gets really hot. You want to see peace on Earth. Well, there's peace in here. There's only me in here, and I don't tend to fight with myself that much. Foam evaporates, all others are burned out. Okay, that's interesting. I'm hunching a little bit. I shouldn't be hunching. You're going to try yourselves. Have you ever tried metal on metal casting like aluminum on copper? I have thought about that. So I want to make a few different mallets and hammers, and I was thinking about a way to make an aluminum bronze face and then pour in a lead body on the hammer. But there has to be some kind of interface here so that the lead holds on to it. The thing is, if you have like, say you have a normal like mortise and tenon woodworking kind of joint, you know, the mortise and then the other metal goes around it. If you pour the mortise part or the tenon part, the one that sticks out, that's the tenon. If you pour that part second, you have this piece already, pour this piece in, then when this cools, it shrinks and it's loose and it falls out. So you got to do it the other way. That's something I was thinking of. And I don't know, just trying to get aluminum, bronze, and lead to work together. The melting temperatures are so different. Aluminum bronze is heavy. Yeah, aluminum bronze is denser than iron, so maybe just screw the lead. Just do aluminum bronze, you know, big gold bling bling hammer. Baseball field clay works as budget green sand. That's interesting. There's a school not too far. Mr. Pete does cast lead hammers. That's true. I've seen some of those. Lost PLA dovetail in the bronze. Oh, that would look so cool. That would look really cool. Give it a shot and let me know. Good. Yes, if you do anything cool, let me know, because I have a lot of ideas and not enough time to test them. I don't even have time today to test them, but I made time because I wanted to stream. Any other comments? Anyone else have any other questions? I don't think I have anything else to do. So far, none. Well, thank you all for watching. I think I'll be signing off. If you want to wait until Friday, I don't know what kind of video I'm going to have next Friday, but I'm going to make something. I don't know. I have some other videos. I have some other stuff recorded. I might just edit up. Would you, by any chance, recommend melting copper in Grant's original design? The high temperature required for copper is what murders that furnace hardest. So the high temperature equals breaking down all the plaster and stuff. If you just use propane and just do aluminum, that foundry doesn't break down too quick. But everything else, any higher temperatures ruins the plaster. You wouldn't mind having me stream while working in the garage? I might try that. I might do, I've seen people do that on Twitch. I don't really want to do it on here, on YouTube, but I've seen people do that on Twitch before. I have a Paul's Garage Twitch account. I've just never done any of it. But it took us 3 furnace builds to get hot enough. Yeah, it takes a while. You need insulation. You know, insulation along with the power. I was just trying to use power. Honest to goodness Wisconsin cheese. That's inside. And I tend to eat all of it very quickly. Degassing and fluxing aluminum. So that low salt, that works pretty good for fluxing. Degassing, hold a second. Don't mind the noise. That wasn't the Jeep falling over on me when I was on the shelf. I got this stuff. This is a pool shock, but you got to look at the chemicals. Some of the chemical pool shocks have, what's it called? Something hydrogen in it. There's some pool chemical that has hydrogen in it that's labeled pool shock. You don't want that one. You want this one, calcium hypochlorite. There's no hydrogen in this. Yes, chirpy, calcium hypochlorite. That's what this is. However, it gives off chlorine gas. So if you're a lawyer and you're asking me, don't use that ever. And I totally didn't buy it to use it. Morton's light salt, yeah, that's the flux. The pool shock is the degassing. Why not YouTube? I don't know. This is like videos. I'm not sure I want hours and hours and hours of me just trying to work out rusty bolts or whatever. And casting streams are kind of boring. Canadian, hello. I was just ending. So sorry you missed most of it, but I have to go inside and eat some food because I think I'm starving. No, yeah. Well, it'll be uploaded later. It's mostly just me talking. Plus, we opened a mystery box inside the van. It wasn't exciting. All we found out is that car companies in the 80s lie like crazy. 18 miles per gallon they said this thing was supposed to get. So lied. It's not a chance. Maybe if I didn't have to floor it to go interstate speed. But yes, well, my son and daughter don't believe I'm live. Can you say hi to Gwen and Henry? Hello, Gwen and Henry. Hello. In the old library bill. I hope not. MSRP. It's not listed. Doesn't say. I don't know. Huh. That was blank. That's dumb. Well, like I said, this was an incomplete vehicle, so it wasn't designed to be sold in a dealer lot. It was just a shell to be sent to a place like DMC for the conversion. My dad just bought it first and used it for a little while first. That means it was free. It was free to me. They gave it to me when it had been sitting in a shed for like 5 years. So that was a long time ago. Yes, bubbling argon. Yeah, half a dozen. Good luck fitting them anywhere. You can buy these for like $500 though. They just flipped out. Great. Is that good or bad? But yes, hello. Hello, I am live, although I am going to go. So I know there's 40 of you watching, and I don't want to bail, but I just have to go. And then I got some other stuff to do because, I just got done working before I went live, and I want to see my children this weekend. But I'm not working tomorrow. We can hang out tomorrow. So thank you all for showing up. It was good to see everyone. I don't know when I'm going to stream again, but maybe another month. I don't know. But thank you all for joining. Just to let you know, I do have an Instagram. If you want to see very sporadic pictures, I have a Discord that's linked in most of my video descriptions. It's free to join. So I hope to see you there. And I will end the stream and stop talking in a conclusion type manner when I find where the button is to turn this off. Nope, not that button. This button? Here we go. This says it's going to end. Bye-bye. It's not ending.